So hello and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so it's that time of the year. It is the middle of October and I've already started thinking about the upcoming November Criterion Collection sale at Barnes & Noble. And at this time of the year, I always come up with my wish list of titles that I want to pick up in this upcoming sale. So that's what I want to cover in this video. And in the comments below, I want to hear what are the titles that you're considering picking up for this Criterion Collection sale at Barnes & Noble this coming November. So without any further ado, let's get into the titles that I'm looking to pick up in this upcoming November Barnes & Noble sale. So the first title I'm thinking of picking up is Pierre. This is a film directed by Jean-Luc Godard, and I'm really looking forward to checking it out. Most of these films on this list are complete blind buys, and that's something I love about the Criterion Collection, is just picking up films that I don't know anything about, I've never seen. They're from directors, in many cases I know very little about, and I know Jean-Luc Godard very well. I've seen many of his films, but this is a film that I know almost nothing about that I'm looking forward to seeing. So I'm looking forward to picking it up. Okay, the next film on my list is Christ Stopped at Eboli. This is a film directed by Francesco Rosi. So this is, I believe, an Italian film that I'm looking forward to picking up. And again, I know very little about this film. This is going to be a blind buy for me. I've just read some reviews on the release from the Criterion Collection, and I'm actually looking forward to checking it out. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, so the next film on the list is a film from David Lynch, and I've seen a number of his films, including Mulholland Drive, Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, as well as Blue Velvet and other David Lynch films. This film is another film by David Lynch, and it's The Elephant Man from 1980, starring John Hurt, Anthony Hopkins, and a whole host of other characters. So I'm looking forward to picking up this release. The only thing is I'm a little bit conflicted because I know there's a 4K release of this film out there that I've heard great things about, that I've heard the black and white comes across so beautifully in the 4K edition from Studio Canal. So I'm really struggling with, should I pick up the Criterion Collection edition of The Elephant Man, or should I pick up the Studio Canal in 4K? If you have an opinion on that, let me know in the comments below. But for now, I'm thinking about picking up the Criterion Collection edition, if for nothing else but for the special features, but we'll see. The next one is a film called Claudine, and this is a film starring Diane Carroll and James Earl Jones, and a film that I'm looking forward to seeing. Is from the early 1970s, so looking forward to checking that out. The next is a film from, I believe, director Jules Dassin called The Naked City. So that's a complete blind buy. Looking forward to seeing it. The Gunfighter, which is a Western film starring, I believe, Gregory Peck. That's going to be coming out soon. Yeah, so the next film is The Hit, directed by Stephen Frears, and this stars Terrence Hurt, and this stars John Hurt, who also starred in The Elephant Man, Terrence Stamp, and several others. So looking forward to checking out that movie. This is a complete blind buy as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. So the next film on the list that I have here is Moonstruck. This is the film from 1986, I believe, starring Cher, Nicolas Cage, and several other actors. I've never seen this movie, but I've heard decent things about it. Cher obviously won an Academy Award for her performance in the movie, so look forward to checking out Moonstruck. And then the next one, boy, let's talk about this one. I'm struggling with this next one. It's a film that I really love. I really enjoyed it. It is the Academy Award winner for Best Picture most recently. It's Parasite. Now, I am guilty of double dipping on this one. I'm a double dipping. I am guilty of double dipping on this one. Okay, I bought it when it first came out on Blu-ray, and shortly after it won the Oscar. Then they released a 4K edition of it, so I picked that up. And now the Criterion Collection is coming out with a Blu-ray edition of Parasite. Now the only thing is, and the reason why I'm thinking about picking up Parasite again is because of a couple things. One, the Criterion Collection is going to have some very nice special features for this edition. Okay, so the previous editions of Parasite were very almost non-existent from a special feature standpoint. They had almost no special features, okay? So the Criterion Collection is going to have the Criterion Collection edition is going to have some special features. So I'm probably going to pick it up for that. Plus, the Criterion Collection edition also has a black and white version of this film. So I'm really intrigued to check that out. So despite the fact that this will represent a triple dip for me, I think I'm gonna just take the plunge and get Parasite, the Criterion Collection edition of it. So then the last three are Girlfriends, Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai, and The Irishman. So those are the titles that I'm focused on, that I'm sort of gunning for in this upcoming Barnes & Noble Criterion Collection sale. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about those titles? Have you seen any of them? Do you have any thoughts on any of these titles? Would you recommend other titles? What titles would you recommend picking up in this upcoming Barnes & Noble sale? And again, we'll see you next time at the movies. Peace.